to TMZ, a quote, small militia in armored trucks wearing SWAT and/or tactical gear was seen leaving his house.
I mean, they came rolling in with tanks and helicopters. Take a look for yourself. There were legit soldiers all piled up, hanging off the side of a truck, and they're wearing SWAT or tactical gear. Now, they're all descending upon Jake Paul's mega mansion.
And AJ, God had his arms wrapped around you tight, you know, because looking at that crash, you're one lucky guy. And I'm pleased you're alive, son. I'm pleased you're alive.
Logan Paul appears emotional as the FBI reportedly intervenes following Anthony Joshua's car accident. The boxing world froze when the news surfaced. Logan seems visibly rattled while rumors explode that federal agents searched the Paul brothers' homes. After Anthony Joshua demolished Jake and shattered his jaw, this truck-related crash suddenly creates an embarrassing narrative, placing Logan and Jake under intense and unprecedented scrutiny.
FBI agents have raided the Southern California home of YouTube star Jake Paul. Federal officials say the search was...
Events are moving quickly. Insiders allege the same truck linked to Anthony Joshua's crash was seen leaving near the Paul brothers' residence just days earlier. Now, reports suggest the FBI is examining their involvement. Logan Paul's vague and unsettling tweet has only poured fuel on the fire, pushing fans and critics alike to question what truly happened behind the scenes.
Community off of Mulholland Highway. We counted close to 24 federal agents.
Anthony Joshua's crash is more than a breaking headline. 2 people lost their lives, and the strange details surrounding the vehicle have sent shockwaves through boxing. With the Paul brothers facing federal attention, every clue is being analyzed. This isn't only about the crash anymore. It's about links, timing, and the alarming closeness to Logan and Jake Paul.
Of what happened, obviously it's a tragic incident. 2 people have lost their lives. It's a horrific moment. I thought the reporting of it yesterday, I've read and obviously got in contact with his management team straight away. I thought the reporting of it was responsible.
This painful chapter shows a stunning collapse from triumph. Just days ago, Anthony Joshua was celebrating a reported $92 million win over Jake Paul, embraced by cheering fans. Now he's fighting for his life after a horrific crash, and with a truck connected to Paul property plus Logan's cryptic messages, the incident feels disturbingly entangled with the Paul brothers' shadow.
And it's so crazy to think that over a week and a half ago, he was on top of the world. Apparently he'd pocketed $92 million from his Jake Paul fight. The American audience was in love with him. His star was bigger than ever. And then just yesterday, we see footage like this of AJ being pulled from the wreckage in a situation where if he'd just sat on the other side of the car, they wouldn't have been pulling him out alive. There's no way he would have survived.
Eddie Hearn expressed deep concern for Anthony Joshua's condition and recovery. After narrowly surviving the crash, AJ's health remains the top priority. Still, the Paul brothers' presence hangs heavily over the story. The truck linked to their property and Logan's mysterious posts continue to stir speculation. While doctors work to save Joshua, observers can't ignore how this tragedy overlaps with the Paul's controversial past.
Be there for them and the family, anything they need. You know, sometimes when someone is a star, they have a lot of things in their life taken care of for them. So you really have to move into that mode in this situation as well. Make sure obviously they're getting the best medical attention, make sure their family are safe and happy and as happy as can be.
Jake Paul's online response has sparked fierce debate across social platforms. Many are questioning the timing and wording of his messages, especially following his recent fight with Anthony Joshua. As scrutiny tightens around the Paul brothers, public opinion increasingly connects their history of conflict to the tragic crash, deepening the controversy around the incident. Showbiz coverage underscores the devastation of the crash and the unanswered questions surrounding what truly occurred. The timing, so soon after Joshua's bout with Jake Paul, has intensified suspicion. Fans and analysts continue to probe possible connections, while the Paul brothers' recent online behavior only amplifies debate over their potential influence on this shocking event.
There was someone in the stationary truck. I'm not sure about that, so I'm not going to report on that, but the truck was stationary. And Anthony Joshua's SUV struck the stationary truck.
Wade Concepts emphasizes the seriousness of Anthony Joshua's accident while urging caution before assigning blame. The close timing to his fight with Jake Paul has ignited speculation, with fans and experts questioning whether outside pressures or lingering rivalries may have indirectly played a role in this frightening, near-fatal incident.
According to officials in Nigeria, they ran into a stationary truck while trying to change lanes on the roads. Just a horrific accident. I don't want to start, assigning blame to something that I don't have the report for, but
Joe Rogan's response highlights just how close Anthony Joshua came to death. AJ surviving such a brutal collision feels almost unbelievable and shows how narrowly he escaped catastrophic injury. Because the crash happened so soon after his grueling fight with Jake Paul, fans are naturally questioning the sequence of events that led up to it. While no one is directly blamed, the timing and circumstances leave uneasy questions. The boxing world remains shaken, dissecting everything from Joshua's brush with death to the wider backdrop involving the Paul brothers, turning a private recovery into an intense public debate.
I mean,
that's bonkers. Thank God he didn't have a seatbelt on. I never say that. Thank God he didn't have a fucking seatbelt on, because if he did,
there's no way.
He would be dead.
There's
Probably,
no
or fucking severely injured.
John Fury's reaction blends relief with disbelief over Anthony Joshua's survival. The near-fatal crash is a harsh reminder that danger doesn't stop once fighters leave the ring, and the emotional toll on loved ones is unmistakable. Since the accident followed closely after Joshua's bout with Jake Paul, many in boxing are closely examining the situation, wondering how connected the events may be. While AJ's toughness inspires, the Paul brothers' recent history with him inevitably fuels speculation. Fury's heartfelt response brings focus back to humanity, reminding everyone that beyond money and belts, life and health matter most amid tragedy and controversy.
AJ, you one lucky lad. God bless you, I'm glad you're alive again. Shocked me, it has. Terrible. Anyway, good luck everybody and try and enjoy the new year as much as you can and be.
Alexander Usyk's message reflects the deep sorrow surrounding Anthony Joshua's accident. The loss of two key members of AJ's team is not only devastating personally but painful for the entire boxing community. Usyk's sympathy and encouragement show the unity fighters share during crisis. With the crash occurring shortly after Joshua's fight with Jake Paul and rumors circulating, his words also quietly point to the immense pressure elite athletes face. Fans are left thinking not only about the human cost of the accident, but also the tense broader storyline involving the Paul brothers.
Alexander Usyk said, "This is an unbelievable loss. Sinna and Latif are two incredible people who were not only part of AJ's team, but also friends. My sincere condolences to their families, loved ones, and everyone who knew them. Anthony Joshua, wishing you a speedy recovery. Stay strong, champ."
Turki Alolshik responds with visible concern regarding Anthony Joshua's crash and possible brain injury. The seriousness of the accident stunned fans and experts alike, underscoring how fragile life is outside the ring. Given the timing soon after Joshua's fight with Jake Paul, speculation about coincidences or outside influences feels unavoidable. Alolshika's reaction reinforces the reality that even the biggest stars are vulnerable, reminding the boxing world that recovery and health outweigh fame, wins, or lingering rivalries. Chris Eubank Jr. voices shock and sincere concern following Anthony Joshua's near-fatal car crash. The incident has unsettled the boxing community, forcing fighters and fans to confront how suddenly everything can change beyond competition. Eubank's comments also subtly touch on the tension between Joshua and Jake Paul after their recent fight, with some questioning whether the timing is purely accidental. While AJ's recovery is the main focus, the discussion shows how past rivalries shape perception, turning a tragic accident into widespread conversation and speculation.
AJ's team, but also friends. My sincere condolences to their families, loved ones, and everyone who knew them. Anthony Joshua, wishing you a speedy recovery.
Liam Goff's report lays out the full magnitude of the tragedy surrounding Anthony Joshua's crash. The loss of two close companions has deeply impacted the boxing world, reminding everyone that danger exists even away from the ring. The severity of the crash, paired with its timing after Joshua's intense fight with Jake Paul, has driven heavy speculation and scrutiny. Although no blame is placed, fans are struggling to process both the human loss and the vulnerability of a global icon. Goff's condolences center on the victims' families, emphasizing the emotional burden. Support from across boxing, including rivals like Alexander Usyk, shows that empathy rises above competition.
Anthony Joshua injured in car accident. 2 people who I believe were with Anthony Joshua were friends of his have tragically passed away. Before I carry on reading the article, the 2 people who have tragically passed, my condolences is all I can say to their friends and families. We'll definitely offer up some prayers.
Tony Bellews' remarks focus on how fragile Anthony Joshua appeared after the crash, describing him as visibly dazed. Bellews stresses just how close AJ came to life-threatening harm, underscoring the seriousness of the incident. Beyond the physical risk, he highlights Joshua's character, praising his humility despite past rivalries, which contrasts sharply with the controversies surrounding Jake and Logan Paul. This crash becomes more than a personal ordeal. It turns into a focal point for scrutiny as fans and analysts examine the larger context of Joshua's recovery and recent fights. Bellews' view reminds everyone that beneath the drama, the human cost is profound.
Get seriously hurt. I don't believe Josh would have. I believe Josh might have some compassion.
Anthony Joshua's remarkable survival, paired with the heartbreaking loss of his companions, has rocked the boxing world. While supporters admire his strength, the timing after his fight with Jake Paul keeps speculation alive about whether the Paul brothers played any indirect role in the surrounding chaos. The incident shows how quickly everything can change outside the ring and how big rivalries intensify attention. Boxing fans, what's your take? Was this simply a tragic coincidence, or is there more beneath the surface? Drop your thoughts in the comments, share this video, and don't forget to like and subscribe for every shocking update.